Hi dear students, welcome back to Max class. I hope you all are keeping fine. And today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is polynomials. Polynomials. Have you heard about the term polynomial? So you already studied in class 7 standard onwards algebraic expressions. So before that I am asking for you, in the school curriculum we have in mathematics in two types, that is algebra and geometry. In this polynomial chapter, it's a type of in the algebra sections. So what do you mean by algebra? Algebra means to study, algebra is a branch of mathematics and to study variables, numbers and for fundamental operations as like expressions. So how to form an expressions? Expression means algebraic expression means variables, constants and four fundamental operations together to form an expressions that we studied in class 7th I think, and after that we studied algebraic, how to form an algebraic expressions, and latest we studied what is polynomial, and based on terms polynomials are classified into three: monomial, binomial and trinomial, and based on degree we studied, that is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial, and degree of polynomial, zero polynomial, zeros of a polynomial, and these all you studied already. And before I am taking this topic, just we want to recapitulate this all these things, what is meant by polynomial and all. So polynomial means, so expression I already told, the expression contains variables, constants and numbers. So variables we are using English alphabets. Then based on terms, you previously you studied what is the definition of polynomial, and in class 8 you studied algebraic expression containing one term is called monomial. Monomial. So only single term or only one term, that we called it as monomial. Suppose the example is x is a monomial, and 20 is a monomial, and 25 is a monomial, 73 is a monomial, and x y square is a monomial, then x y z is a monomial. So here it is only single terms or only one term. So algebraic expression contain only one term, we called it as monomial. Then after that you studied binomial. By means two, binomial. Binomial means algebraic expression containing two terms. We can use a fundamental operation also, x minus y, that is a binomial. Then x square plus y square, it is also binomial. Then y square minus 3, it is a binomial because two terms, xy minus z, that is also binomial. So algebraic expression containing two terms, we called it as binomial. Here it is only single term, x 20, 25, xy square. Xy square means x times y square, x into y square, xyz, that is all monomial, and it is binomial. Then next one is trinomial. Trinomial means algebraic expression containing three terms, we called it as trinomial. So x plus y plus z, then x cube minus 2x square plus 2. It is also trinomial because three terms are there, x cube minus 2x square then plus 2. These are the terms. So three terms are there, so we called it as it is trinomial. Then you studied what is polynomial. Polynomial means algebraic expression containing one or more than one terms. One or more than one terms, commonly we called it as polynomials, that we studied in the lower class. Then here we are considering the definition of polynomial. An expression is of the form polynomial, we called it as, we know, p of x, g of x, or f of y, f of t, like that way, depend upon the variables. Depend upon y y, so we called it as f of y, and depend upon the variable is t, so we called it as f of t. So these are the naming of polynomials: f of x, g of x, f of y, and f of t. Then general form of polynomial is f of x is equal to, an expression is of the form f of x is equal to, or p of x, or you can call it as p of x, no problem, or f of x or p of x. P of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus etc plus an x raised to n. This is a polynomial. Condition is there, so an not equal to 0 is called a polynomial in x of degree n. Polynomial in x of degree n. So this is the nth degree polynomial, and here a0, a1, a2, etc. an are any real numbers. So you know what I mean by real numbers. Real number means collection of rational and irrational numbers. Commonly we called it as real numbers. So a0, a1, a2, an are called real numbers. And here condition is there, an is non-zero integer. An is a non-zero integer. And here variable is x. Here variable is x. And degree of this polynomial is nth degree polynomial. So I think you know how will you find out degree of polynomial. See, highest power of the variable is called degree of the polynomial, that we studied already. Highest power of the variable is called degree of the polynomial. So an expression is of the form p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus etc plus an x raised to n. X raised to n, where n not equal to 0 is called polynomial in x of degree n. Polynomial in x of degree n. Then a0, a1, a2, etc. n are real numbers, and x is a non-negative integer, and power of x. And which are the conditions for checking a polynomial? So we have a two condition one to follow for checking polynomials. Power of the variable cannot be negative. Power of the variable cannot be negative. Power of the variable cannot be negative. This is the one condition for checking polynomial. The next condition is power of the variable cannot be fraction. Power of the variable cannot be fraction. These are the two conditions for checking polynomials. Sometime question will come whether the suppose 2 or 3 polynomials are given, so which of them are polynomial. So like that time you have to understand that you have to keep it in mind, and power of the variable cannot be negative and power of the variable cannot be fraction. If it is this power of the variable should be negative and power of the variable should be fraction, therefore it is not a polynomial. See, let us see some of the examples in polynomials. Three x plus 2. It is a polynomial with the variable is x, and degree of x is 1. So it is a linear polynomial, 3x plus 2. So variable of x The next one, 2y square minus 3y plus 4. It is also polynomial with the variable y and degree is 2. Highest power. Here y highest here power of y is 2 and here power of y is 1. Only y is that means 1, that we are not mentioning. So here power of the variable is 2. Highest power is 2, so degree is 2, and it is also polynomial with degree 2. And next, 5u cube minus 4u square plus u minus root 2, that is also polynomial with the variable u and degree is 3, third degree polynomial. And which of them are not a polynomial? So root x plus 1, it is a polynomial, it is also, these are the polynomials, and x is a polynomial, isn't it? And x square is also polynomial, x cube, that is also polynomial. And root x plus 1, root x plus 1 is not a polynomial. Why it is not a polynomial? Because root x can be written as x raised to 1 by 2 plus 1. Here variable is x and power of the variable should be fraction. Here power of the variable is fraction, therefore it is not a polynomial. So root x plus 1 is not a polynomial. How root x can be written as x raised to 1 by 2, that we studied in class 9 first chapter. Nth root x can be written as x raised to 1 by n. Nth root x can be written as x raised to 1 by n. So root x is equal to x raised to 1 by 2. So here variable is x and power of variable is 1 by 2. So that is why it is not a polynomial. And 1 by x minus 2. 1 by x minus 2 is also not a polynomial, because 1 by x minus 2 can be written as x minus 2 whole raised to minus 1. Because we studied a raised to minus m, that is equal to 1 by a raised to m, right? Power should be negative. Power is negative. So we can written as a raised to minus m. A raised to, this property we can apply. A raised to minus m is equal to a raised to minus m. A raised to minus m is equal to 1 by a raised to m. So 1 by x minus 2, that can be written as x minus 2 whole raised to minus 1. So it is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial with a variable x. So these are the conditions for checking polynomials or not, whether the given expressions are polynomial or not. Then next we are going to discuss, based on degree, polynomials are classified into, first one is linear polynomial. So what do you mean by linear polynomial? Linear. So you are familiar with the term linear. Linear equation you studied. So linear means degree 1. First degree equation that we studied, linear equation. Here linear polynomial means polynomial having degree 1. Polynomial having degree 1, that is called linear polynomial. And standard form or general form, p of x is equal to ax plus b, then a not equal to 0. A not equal to 0, then a and b are any real numbers. And b are any real numbers. So this is standard form of linear polynomial. Polynomial is of the form p of x equal to ax plus b, a not equal to 0, where a and b are real numbers. So let us see some of the examples of linear polynomial. X is a linear polynomial because power of x is 1. Only x means power of x is 1. So it is a linear polynomial. Any variable we are writing, that is a linear polynomial. And 3t minus 2, that is a linear polynomial with here variable is t and degree is 1. 3t minus 2 and 4x, that is also linear polynomial. Here only x is the so power of x is 1. So it is called a linear polynomial. Then number 2, quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. So what do you mean by quadratic polynomial? Quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Polynomial having degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. Polynomial having degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. Then it is of the form p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Condition is that a not equal to 0, then a comma b and c are any real numbers. This is called a quadratic polynomial. Polynomial is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0. A not equal to 0. That means the coefficient of x square cannot be 0 when a, b, c are any real numbers. So let us see some of the examples of quadratic polynomial y square. Here power of y is 2. So I already explained the quadratic polynomial means a polynomial having degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. So here y square is there. So here variable is y and power of y is 2. So it is called a quadratic polynomial. Then x square minus 2x plus 1. It is a quadratic polynomial with a degree 2. Here highest power will be 2. That is called a quadratic polynomial. Then t square minus 5. T square minus 5. It is a quadratic polynomial with variable t and its power is degree is 2. That is called a quadratic polynomial. Then next one is cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. From the word itself, cube. So polynomial having degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. Polynomial having degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. So let's see the standard form of cubic polynomial. P of x is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Then condition is there a not equal to 0. That means coefficient of x cube cannot be 0 and a, b, c and d are any real numbers. That is called a cubic polynomial. So polynomial having degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. So cubic polynomial is of the form ax cube plus bx square plus ax plus d. Here degree is 3. So let us see some of the examples of cubic polynomials. Z cube. It is a cubic polynomial. Z cube is a cubic polynomial. Then 5x cube plus 2x square minus 4x plus 1. That is a cubic polynomial with a degree 3 and variable is x. Here variable is x and highest power of the variable is 3. So highest power of the variable is 3. So we called it as cubic polynomial. Then fourth one is not in the examination point of view, just you have to understand that biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial means polynomial having degree 4. So it is of the form a p of x equal to ax raised to 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e is called a biquadratic polynomial. Condition is the and not equal to 0, then a, b, c, d and e are any real numbers. That is called a biquadratic polynomial. So this is the standard form of biquadratic polynomial. Polynomial is of the form p of x is equal to ax raised to 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. That is called a biquadratic polynomial. And don't forget the condition, coefficient of x raised to 4 cannot be 0, then a, b, c, d and e are any real numbers. That is called a biquadratic polynomial. Let us see some of the examples of biquadratic polynomial. X raised to 4. Here variable is x and power of x is 4. Power of x is 4. So we called it as biquadratic polynomial. Then another example, t raised to 4 minus 3t cube plus 2t square minus 5t plus 6. That is a biquadratic polynomial. Here variable is t and power of the variable will be 4. So it is called a biquadratic polynomial. So we studied types of polynomial based on degree. We studied types of polynomial. So number 1 is linear polynomial, number 2 quadratic polynomial, number 3 cubic polynomial and number 4 biquadratic polynomial. Then next we are going to discuss what you mean by value of a polynomial. Value of a polynomial. value of a polynomial. So let us see some of the one example. One example I am taking. How can we understand that value of a polynomial? Example: p of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. I'm taking one example. P of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. Here I am taking when x is equal to 2 or at x is equal to 2, then what is the value of this polynomial? So I am called it as p of 2, that is to x place you can substitute 2, x square 2 square minus 2x means 2 into x. 2x means 2 into x. So 2 into 2 minus 3. 2 square we know 4. 2 into 2 4. Then minus 2 into 2, that is minus 4 minus 3. 4 minus 4 0, then remaining minus 3. 4 minus 4 0, then remaining minus 3. So p of 2 become minus 3. So we called it minus 3 is the value of the polynomial when x is equal to 2. That is called the value of a polynomial. So when we substitute x place 2, we get the value minus 3. So minus 3 is the value of the polynomial when x is equal to 2. That is called the value of a polynomial. Then next one is 0 of a polynomial. What do you mean by 0 of a polynomial? 0 of a polynomial. So I think you are familiar with this 0 of a polynomial and 0 polynomial we studied already in class 9. So what do you mean by 0 of a polynomial? Okay, let us take one example. P of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3 I am taking. P of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. I am substituting at x is equal to 3. At x is equal to 3, then we can check what is the value of this polynomial p of 3. That is equal to 3 square minus 2 times 3 minus 3. 3 square, that means 3 into 3, not 6. 3 square, 3 into 3. That is 9. 2 into 3 is 6. Then minus 9 minus 6, that is 3. Then 3 minus 3, that is 0. So p of 3 becomes 0. So when we substitute x place 3, then the whole polynomial and the value becomes 0. So we called it as 3 is the 0 of this polynomial. So which value we are substituting the polynomial instead of variable. So we called that value is called 0 of that polynomial. Then we can check another example. When we substitute x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 1, then what is the value? What is the value of this polynomial? We can check. X is equal to minus 1. So it is called p of minus 1, right? So minus 1 square minus 2 into minus 1 minus 3. Minus power of negative is even number. So answer should be positive. So minus 1 square, that is 1. Then negative into negative 1, that is positive 2. Then minus 3. 1 plus 2, 3. Then 3 minus 3, that is also 0. So p of minus 1 becomes 0. P of minus 1 is also 0. So when we substitute x place minus 1, so p of minus 1 is also substituting, we get the whole polynomial value becomes 0. So we called it as minus 1 is a 0 of this polynomial. That is called a 0 of a polynomial. The next one, what is the difference between 0 polynomial and constant polynomial? 0 polynomial and constant polynomial. So first I am explaining constant polynomial. What do you mean by constant polynomial? Constant polynomial means non-zero constants are called constant polynomial. Non-zero constants, that means only numbers. 23. I am taking one example only. 27. Then 10. These are called constant polynomial. Only numbers. That's are called constant polynomial. And the degree of constant polynomial is 0. Degree of constant polynomial is 0. So please note down and keep it in mind. Degree of constant polynomial is 0. Constant polynomial degree is 0. So constant polynomial means non-zero constants are called constant polynomial and degree of constant polynomial is 0. The next one is what do you mean by 0 polynomial? zero polynomial. Before previous we discussed zero of a polynomial. Zero of a polynomial. Here it is zero polynomial. Zero polynomial means zero constants are called zero polynomial. Only zero. Zero constants are called zero polynomial. Zero, 0x square, and then 0x cube, then 0x square plus 0x, like that way. This type of polynomial that we call it as zero polynomial, and degree of zero polynomial is not defined. Degree of zero polynomial is not defined. ND means not defined. So degree of constant polynomial, that is zero, and degree of zero polynomial is not defined. Constant polynomial means non-zero constants are called constant polynomial. That means only numbers are called constant polynomial, and zero polynomial means zero constants are called zero polynomial, and degree of zero polynomial is not defined.